pour some concrete today, boys. Have a little fun with it. Get your tan on from our real concrete finishes. How you feeling, Glenn? I see you, Chumpy. It's a hot summer day in my pickup truck, cruising to the job, about to jack shit up. Pop the tailgate, grab my float and my boots. Truck pulls up, throw on the chutes. I'll take a 5 slump, Uncle Ricky mix it up. Get her in quick, smoke it in the truck and get back out. Put the full float down. I'm the king of concrete, but ain't wearing no crown. Concrete, one foot in the mud, just getting her done. For concrete. Floating my trowel in a big old smile. That's the way we was born and raised. We ain't afraid to stay concrete. American concrete. Gary called me up, dog. Where you at? I'm a man down, can you get my back? I said, hell yeah, cause you know I'm on my way. It's a man's world and we gotta get paid. We drink whiskey and get frisky. Live life on the edge and do everything risky. Forearms big from scrubbing the mud. Red flannel on and a pair of black mugs. Concrete, one foot in the mud, just getting her done. We pour concrete out the hose of a pump or the back of the truck. That's the way we was born and raised. We ain't afraid to stay concrete. American concrete. Making concrete great again, boys.
Alright. One more time through the song, then we'll get started.
We gonna pour some concrete today, boys. Have a little fun with it. Get your tan on.
We're going to go through the song one more time, give people some more time to get in here. Maybe, Ben, when you are here, please let me know. We'll get started after it plays through. We're going to get burnt out on this song, so we need to have American Concrete make us some more music.
From our real concrete finishes. How you feeling, Glenn? I see you, Chumpy. It's a hot summer day in my pickup truck, cruising to the job, about to jack shit up. Pop the tailgate, grab my float and my boots. Truck pulls up, throw on the chutes. I'll take a 5 slump, Uncle Ricky mix it up. Get her in quick, smoke it in the truck and get back out. Put the full float down. I'm the king of concrete, but ain't wearing no crown. Concrete, one foot in the mud, just getting her done. For concrete. That's the way we was born and raised. We ain't afraid to stay concrete. American concrete. Gary called me up, dog. Where you at? I'm a man down, can you get my back? I said, hell yeah, cause you know I'm on my way. It's a man's world and we gotta get paid. We drink whiskey and get frisky. Live life on the edge and do everything risky. Forearms big from scrubbing the mud. Red flannel on and a pair of black mugs. Concrete, one foot in the mud, just getting her done. For concrete, out the hose of a pump or the back of the truck. That's the way we was born and raised. We ain't afraid to stay concrete. American concrete. Making concrete great again, boys.
All right. Bringing on Mr. Ben Bass. Let's see if we can get him to log in here. So how about the rain? Gee whiz. Is it ever gonna quit being so darn soggy? People building tents. I hate that. I hate to build tents. What do you guys think? Pain in the butt, right? Or we're waiting on Ben to log in. Let's talk about all this stupid rain. I mean, I know we need it, right? But man. Ooh, the concrete ninja is in the house. Okay, here's Ben. What's up, Ben? Let me flip my camera here.
Rocky, what's up, man?
Get my camera around here so we can have it. There we go. What's up, brother? Oh,
How's it going, brother?
right on. So, chilling's on a Sunday night, right?
Yep.
What's chill time on a Sunday night for you?
Oh man, it's pretty much get ready for Monday.
It's and that
We
is
went out in the boat today, went wakeboarding with the kids and the girlfriend, and we ain't got but maybe a few weeks left of that, man, and it's gonna start getting cold. So I hate to see that cold start coming in, all the leaves falling off the trees. You know how we all love that finishing.
uh,
Um, But other than that, man, it's just hang out, man, and maybe go through the schedule and get things lined up for the week. So,
right on. Okay, so tell us who you are, who you work for, what's your story on that?
uh, well, I work for myself. I actually started my own company about 2 years ago, and things have been phenomenal, man. I grew up. My dad finished concrete ever since I was a little kid. My uncle. So some of my first memories are out on jobs, just carrying them tools, washing tools. Every once in a while I'd get over and kind of play around with a mag and get cussed at and hollered at, and that's just how it was, man. And so I started with my dad pretty much every summer, helping him on jobs. And um, by 16 years old, I was, I kind of started making some wrong decisions, got expelled from school, but I landed a job down in Florida, $16 an hour at 16 years old. And
That's not bad
so,
money at that age.
yeah, it really was, man. Especially, I was in school. My parents didn't have much money. I had a car, but I couldn't afford to put gas in it. So it was one of those things at the time that I thought was best. And as of up to date, it's definitely worked out for the better. So.
Awesome. So you started doing concrete at 16. Is that what it was? Or well, you done it your whole life, but you landed your job doing what at
Yeah,
16?
I mean, at 15 years old, I was, every summer and even after school or days on the weekends, I would help my dad. And at 15, I was running a machine and finishing garages and basements, and, running the funny trowel, walking trowel, whatever you want to call it, edging, brooming. Um, so I was definitely born and bred in this stuff, man. And I have a definite passion and love for what I do, for sure.
Right on, man. We have a very similar story, man. It's same. I couldn't have said it any other way, I think. So that's awesome, man. It's good to hear other people the same. So right on. So you're doing your own thing. How many guys you got working for you?
Right now, there's me and my lead guy, Josh. Him and I have actually finished concrete together since we were teenagers.
Awesome.
I'm 33 now, he's 31. And him and I together, man, just from working so long side by side, we can tackle a lot of stuff, just him and I. But I do have two other guys, so there's four of us total. And to be honest, Rocky, I really don't have much of an interest at this point in my life. And I understand that we all progress and grow, and different opportunities come up and things change. But I'd like to be hands-on on all of these projects that I do. And so, I'm good with four of us, man. I feel like we turn out quality work, and I know that there's a definite satisfaction between um, for these homeowners that see the owner of the company actually out there on the job. The last guy I worked for, he would give us directions and kind of tell us, what he wanted done. And we'd go out there and get something formed up. And he'd be like, we're like, all right, we're good, man. We're ready for tomorrow. He's like, no, I already got 3 trucks on the way. and it used to drive me crazy, man. And so I don't have my guys do anything that I wouldn't do. We do have some hard days, but I'm right there sweating right with them. So
It's awesome, man. It's the best way to be, at least in my
yeah,
opinion. And that's I had the same story last year. I had 5 guys, and it got to be to where I was chasing work to keep 5 guys busy, and I was starting to lose the hands on. I
right.
this year I've scaled it back. I want to be so I understand right where you're coming from. You want to be right in there. It's the best way to quality control.
And it's one of those things, man, that I have extreme anxiety when I'm not there.
Yep.
Something can go wrong, and I'm going to be honest with you. I've experienced this, that people seem to overlook the small details, and the small details are what I feel brings a company to success. And those little details, no one else may see. The
Mm-hmm.
homeowner may not see them. They may think it looks 100%, but I see them, and it almost haunts me. You know what
Yep.
I mean? So
I do.
I
I
like
get
to
it.
be there to make sure everything is buttoned up and 100% as we can make it.
Mm-hmm. Awesome, man. I love that mentality. I sure do. So you guys are doing a lot of what is it, like trailer pads or what? I seen looks like a bunch of pads in a row.
Yeah, there's actually an RV park here. It's I mean
Where are
I
you
hate
at?
to
I
use
never
the
did ask
term.
that. Where are you at right now? Where you?
Um, I'm in North Georgia and Blairsville, about 10 minutes from North Carolina and about 20 minutes from Tennessee. So I'm kind of in the tri-state area here. Um, and but yeah, it's RV pads. We actually got on last year. We did the last 4 in there for that resort, and it's like I said, I hate to say it's like an upscale RV pad. You have to have a 10-year or newer RV. Some of them, one of the motorhomes was $3 million that we did a couple days ago. One of them's
That's man.
2.4. I
Gee
mean, these
whiz.
people. Yeah, so it's not just an RV pad to me, man. I mean, people are parking RVs that cost more than I'll ever make in my life. So,
Right.
I'm trying to make these things pristine as they can be for sure.
Awesome. Awesome. So so you're laying them down. They're what are the typical width of them?
So the resort pays for 20 by 70, and that's 31 of them are going to be 20 by 70. The other 30 of them are 20 by 100. Um, the I hate to say it's a problem. It's actually a blessing. Each one of the owners know that the resort is paid for 20 by 70, but they are wanting to make them bigger. And I've expressed to these people that it's a lot cheaper for us to go ahead and extend the square footage now, opposed to us come back in and have to dig out 4 or 6 foot along existing concrete. And so I give the owners an additional square foot price, and we go ahead and do it in one pour, and it's been working out good. So
Awesome, man. Good. That sounds like an awesome gig.
it is for sure.
Awesome. So what you're setting your forms, what do you guys do for your center grade? You got 20 foot, obviously. You guys set pins down the middle or you got 20 foot what?
Yeah, I see a lot of people, and man, that's one of the things I love about this page. I love seeing how people do things differently.
Hmm.
I consider myself to be extremely open-minded. If I see something that I feel like may work, that may give us an advantage, whether it's speed or quality or uh, whatever the advantage may be, I'm willing to try it.
Right.
Growing up, my dad used to have he used to cut pieces of rebar and drive them down up to the string line. And
Yep,
then,
that's what
when you're out there on the machine, you just pull your hammer out and tap it down and whatever.
same.
I've seen another way and it seems to be working for me. What I do is I get a metal pin and we put a 3-inch screw, or you can put a 16 penny nail, whatever you want through it, and we drive it down.
Hmm.
And that is our height. And we always 45 it to where the screed has a little bit of room to ride off of that. So I always tell my guys, never turn it to where it's pointed this way. Always 45 it a little bit, and that way we have some room to kind of work off of. And
Hmm.
so yeah, that's what we do. And for the most part, we vibra strike these. I have a vibra strike. Honestly, I bought it brand new last year. It's probably got 8 hours on it, dude. I'm not a real fan of the Vibra Strike, and this
Yep.
is just my personal preference. I feel like I get floors flatter by hand. Um, and I know everybody's different, man. It's funny, you guys were, I know there's been a lot of stuff going on, some talk about different methods of screeding, and sometimes we will cut our lines with a gator bar 16-foot screed. But I'll show you. I actually brought this in so I could show you guys. It's really similar to the last post. This is my baby go-to right there.
Right on. Well, now what is that?
That's a
How long is that?
that's a 12-foot board. It's I think it may be inch and a half by inch and a half or 2 by 2. I'm not really sure, but it's got the handles on there, and man, that thing. I like screeding by myself. I don't like the fact of, using a magnesium screed or a 2 by 4, doing it all day. Your hands are like this; they get cramped up.
Yep.
That thing is one of those things, man. You can just kind of, whoever designed that thing knew exactly what they were doing. And I've had that. I bought that working for my old boss. And man, I've used it ever since.
Now
I
is that
love
a
that thing.
homemade
So
thing, or is that like a manufactured thing?
yeah, that's actually I'm pretty sure that's a craft tool. That's made by Craft. And like I said, man, I've used a whole bunch of different screeds, and by far, if I'm screeding myself, that is my go-to.
I like it. I like it, and it's real similar to the one that the Concrete Ninja uses. The Aussie guys. It's real
Yep.
similar.
Yep,
It's just a different
exactly.
handle. I think I might like the handle on yours a little bit better than that one. I feel like I would probably be able to manipulate
You
better,
know,
but
it's
that dude
funny you say
he
that,
does
man.
well with his.
It's when I ordered that, my boss immediately ordered one too, but it was different and it had bars that came out like this and you could adjust them, but
Hmm.
it was awkward to me.
Right.
To me,
Yeah.
it may work for 9 out of 10 people, but to me, it just felt awkward. I feel like that is more designed, to where your hands, you can even reach out with one hand and grab in the middle and swoop around and kind of bring it back in.
Like a
It's
huge
just one of
Darby
those
almost.
things that, yeah, I think that's a go-to tool, and I love that thing.
I
So
like the handle on it. It resembles a mag quite a bit, and that's a handle
yeah,
we're all used to anyway. So that's what I like
yep.
about that. Our hands have
Hmm.
always been conditioned for that particular type of all our body weight laying on that handle. So heck yeah, I like that.
Exactly. It's familiar, man. So if y'all, it's something that they make different sizes, man. But that thing, sometimes on driveways or like these RV pads we're doing, there's some different pitch changes, and 16 foot sometimes is too much. We all know that.
Yep,
So I like to have that 12 footer, and we have whiskey sticks and dude, whatever it takes to get. Every job is different, especially where I live is in the mountains. So a lot of these driveways come down and have different pitch changes, and you can't always screed point A to point B.
yep,
Sometimes you need to have some kind of flow.
yep,
So, there's all these tools are designed, and depending on where you're at and what kind of terrain that you're on, some of them really come in handy where they may not in others.
for sure, for sure. Right on, man. So we got your background. Okay, let's talk about your worst job ever. I always like that.
Oh gosh.
And that's always every. Oh man, which one is the worst? The one that you,
Yeah.
if you drive by it or if you think about it, you're like,
Yeah, obviously I've been caught in some rainstorms like all of us. But to be honest with you, the one that bothered me the most, actually two, the same situation happened. I had callbacks on some garages I did, and one of them was a pretty good size. And I had some issues with delamination, and I could tell as I was finishing the last load, it was wanting to peel up. The surface was wanting to pop up, and it came down to obviously speculation between the concrete company and I. Of course, the salesmen are going to do their job, and their job is to pretty much baffle you with bullshit.
mm-hmm.
Sorry for the
Nope, truth.
vulgar language, but I know they can say whatever they want, but we're hands on with this gray stuff every day. So when something's not working right, we're the first to know it. They can tell us the mix design, everything is the same. you can't trick somebody that deals with it every day.
Right.
So, I don't care what they say. I feel like they either loaded on something with air entrainment or something happened, and I had to end up grinding both of these floors all the way down and get a two-part epoxy, and it was a nightmare.
Wow.
But man, I've had some jobs where I actually did a stamp job, and it was only 3 yards, thank God. There was something funky with the mix, man. Just the whole time it was super hard on top and spongy underneath. And
Did you have retarder
it
in it?
we got to a point it wouldn't even take a trial anymore, but it was moving the mud underneath. And I
Yep.
was like, dude, we got to stamp it. We ain't gonna get any impression on the top if it's hard. So we stamped it. I didn't like it. I came in the next day, tore it out, reset the forms, report it. And that's what I like about stamp work, man. I mean, you get into these RV pads, some of them are 40 yards. If something like that happens, and I got to tear out 40 yards. Not only have I paid to dig it out, form it, paid for the concrete, paid for the labor to pour it, but now I got to pay to tear it out, haul it off, and then redo it again. So there's a lot of anxiety that comes with this stuff, man. And
For sure.
a lot of, I don't know about you or anybody else, but man, sometimes I get on these pours that are 40 or more yards and I can't sleep. Um, you
I
know,
totally get it, man. Dude, we got to hang
it's
out because we got the same
yeah.
story, dude, for real.
And
So,
it's one of those things, man. Like the guy that was just on, was it Matt? I
Matt,
think.
yep,
Um, he talked about how he may scream every once in a while. I grew up with my dad, man. I'm telling you, and my lead guy's dad was actually the same way. We were raised getting cussed at and called
same.
stupid MRFers and blah 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 blah. But I feel like that made us who we are.
I
You
always got
know,
the back of the head. What the
Man,
heck?
I'm telling you, yeah.
Oh,
Hey, my dad's thrown knee boards at me before. I mean, it was rough, dude.
yep,
But I feel like that bred us to be prepared for what it takes to do this. And I'm almost the complete opposite, man. I'm real calm and cool. I'm very logical, and I will address a situation directly. I've learned that it's best to deal with people if you'll explain things to a T, get them on your level to where, it's well understood. But there has been times where I've lost my cool, and that's what is referred to as CP, concrete panic. There's
like
certain
I like
times, man, where hey, you may if it's going off and I see somebody, man, don't if we're getting behind and you're over there at the water fountain or whatever you're doing, I may lose it a little bit, but my guys know that if I get like that, there's a reason, and it's
right.
very far and few in between.
Yep, yep. Mike saying everyone needs to learn the old school way, and I agree with that. I think it because like you said, it's conditioned us to take what this trade dishes out, right? So
Yep,
you got to have some leather skin, man,
yep, exactly.
for sure, for sure. So you've turned trade work into a lifestyle, right? So into your life. What's family for you? Married, kids?
Divorced kids.
Okay.
But I'm actually I've been in a relationship with my new girlfriend for 2 years, and we have a little girl together. And
Awesome.
it's one of those things. Going back further, I heard Matt talk about his issues with substance abuse. I grew up racing motocross, dirt bikes. I've had numerous broken bones and surgeries, and I had a long spell with pain pills, and which led me to taking more than I was prescribed, get more off the streets, ended up in prison a couple times. And it's sometimes, my wife and I, before we changed and changed it differently at different times. And so things worked out for the best. So it's one of those things, man, that I'm not trying to sound religious by any means, but sobriety and God, man, has blessed me more than I deserve, for sure.
For sure, brother. For sure. Well, it all comes through hard work, right? And you're a godly man. There's no idle hands, and you're working your land, so you're doing what you're supposed to.
Right.
No idle
Yeah,
hands.
and it's
Staying
you
busy.
know My dad, he had a concrete business, and when I was 22, he passed away and left everything to me, and I got kind of strung out there a little bit more. And dude, I watched everything one by one go, diesel trucks, equipment, trailer, van, down to the very, I didn't even have a hand tool left, dude. I mean, I had sold everything little bit by little bit, and then it came to a point where I got sober this time, man, and I knew that I was meant for something more. And I did my homework. I did my research, man. I follow this page. But this being a business owner, the things we're talking about here is the mandatory things that you have to know. But at the same time, I I wanted to learn more about the business aspect of it. That's where I lacked before. I didn't have any interest in learning the business side. I just wanted to show up, place and finish, and go home.
Hmm.
So not only have I had a research or an interest in the business part, but I talked to a lot of you guys. There's a lot of people in here very knowledgeable on the business
For
side of
sure.
stuff, and if you ever want to start your own business and do your own thing, um, make calculated decisions. Don't just because you have a side job or three. Maybe quit your day job and go out and start your own business. That's not how it works, man. I worked my full-time job for about 6 months with side jobs. So I would get done. When we got done with the job, everybody was tired and went home. I was tired and went to work. And I worked until dark. I worked Saturdays and Sundays. And you know what? That was something I decided I was willing to do, to sacrifice my personal life to be able to have something more, because I saw a bigger picture. I saw that if I was able to do that now, that maybe in 10 years, I don't have to do this anymore. I don't have to live paycheck to paycheck or worry about winters. I will put it in and sacrifice my younger years to where when I'm older I can have that financial freedom, and maybe my kids can have something.
For
So
sure.
it just
Yeah.
for anybody that wants to do this, man, just be prepared, be willing to put those long hard hours in, and that's what it takes. And your competition in your hometown more than likely probably isn't going to go home after work and read everything on these pages and do their research and look stuff up, and how can you get ahead. That is what is going to separate you from your competition, and the sooner you realize that and put that work in, the better off you'll be.
Constantly learning, right? Constantly growing.
Yep.
Right on. Right on. Heck yeah, man. So, man, so obviously you're a boater, ski boarder, wakeboarder. That's what you do in your free time, huh? Dirt bikes
Yeah,
is
every
your
once in
racer,
a
right?
while. Yeah, motocross, anything, man, anything to get any kind of rush, man. I love it.
Right on.
It's
Adrenaline
it's
junkie.
it's huh?
Adrenaline junkie.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, anything that, and concrete gives me that too. That's that concrete panic we talk about.
That's it. That's
And
it. It's a fight,
as
man.
much as
Every time that mud hits the ground, it's a fight. And I tell people that's concrete's kicked my ass more than any man.
well, and it's one of those things, dude, that I've seen posts about it. I get psyched up, dude. Depending on the situation, I get amped, like I'm ready to go to war. You
Right.
know, because if I'm not like that and I'm not ready to for whatever happens, I we could lose it. We can, there's no anything can happen in concrete, man. So, and we may put some music on, or I may start screaming, and I mean Ric Flairing out there like, woo, here it is. Let's get this stuff on the ground. I mean, that's just what it takes.
For sure. I get it, man. I get it. It's complete opposite of some of the old guys that I remember growing up around that were just like, "Rah, rah, rah, concrete's here," but I guess that was their way of pumping up, maybe that
Yeah,
grumble.
no, no,
No, I'm the same way you
no.
are, man. I'm stretching, I'm limbering up, when the mud's giving. I'm getting ready. Same.
And I tell you, man, your guys, I guarantee you, if you sit out there and the truck pulls up and you're sitting there like, oh, mud's here, man, if you got guys under you, you are responsible to boost their morale. You have got to get them just as psyched as you, because if you got guys under you, whether you're a foreman or the lead guy or the owner, whatever you are, man, they vibe off of your energy. So you got to put that good positive stuff out there for them to. There was a post not long ago. where people were talking about what do you guys, I think maybe you even posted about what do you guys do, to
To
get
get
ready or
amped
when
up.
you get tired. Yeah, to get amped up. And I do a lot of positive self-talk coffee, man. Praise God for coffee.
No kidding.
Um, I hit espresso shots in the morning before work. But man, if anybody out there that's watching this has, if y'all are feeling sluggish in the day, make sure you're eating right. If whatever you put in your body is going to come out. If you're eating junk, you're going to feel like junk. Make sure you drink water. I take vitamins every morning. I take Men's Centrum every morning before I go to work. I take fish oil.
Good
Whether
advice.
it's a placebo effect or whatever you want to call it, it helps me. So
Right.
um,
Right.
when you're responsible, and I'm telling you, if you have a crew of guys that are like, oh, Mud's here, man, make that difference. Whether you're the low guy on the totem pole or whoever you are, you know, go ahead and start making, that effort to get everybody amped up and watch how quickly everybody follows and watch how quickly and easily the pour will go.
Hmm. AJ said he's a Mountain Dew fan, so he commented. Um,
Hey, I love Mountain Dew too, man. Heck yeah.
AJ had said before he will do self motivation, self talks, and
Yes, sir.
man,
Yep.
I've been there. Come on, we got this. We can't come on, we can't quit. We gotta go. I've been
Yep.
there. That does
Yep.
help.
It absolutely does, man. I do that all the time, and eh, you know, eh, I think you're a business owner too, right, Rocky?
Correct.
So it's one of those things, man, where we learn from failure. We all know that. We don't learn when things go perfectly smoothly. What are we learning? So I'm not going to lie to you, man, there's been times I've wanted to quit. There's been times where I knew that it was going to be easier if I could just go get a steady paycheck from somebody else. But I understood quickly that that's where my growth was coming from. I
Hmm.
understand quickly that if I gave up now, I would give up on everything that I've worked for. It's that self-talk, man, that positive self-talk, that motivational stuff. I don't know if I listen to a lot of motivational speakers, man. Dr. Eric Thomas, I
I
love
was getting
listening to
ready to
his
ask
stuff.
you if you listened to ET. I was gonna ask.
Bro,
I was gonna ask.
huge fan, huge
Yep.
fan. I have him on Pandora. I listen to, Les Brown. I mean, Tony Robbins,
What
any of
up?
those
What
guys,
up?
man. Yeah, what up, what up, what up, what up? Man, he's awesome, dude.
For sure.
And if I listen to a lot of Audible books. I don't really like reading per se so much.
Same.
I kind of get bored with it. But if I got a job or I got to go look at a job, say where I got 30 minutes or an hour to drive, I'll put on an Audible book, man. And because there came a point about maybe 8, 9, 10 months ago that I realized as much as I love music, I really love music, I'm not learning anything.
Right.
And that's everybody I'm around is listening to music, and if they're not learning anything, let me learn something so I can teach y'all or show y'all. And not only that, but it's going to give me an advantage above my competition, and that's what I'm looking for.
For sure. Always learning, man. That's always the theme. Always learning, no matter what it is. Always learning. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Well, I think we're gonna wrap up tonight, Ben. But dude, it was good talking to you. Finally getting to get a little face to face. Okay. But
Right on.
maybe when I get my YouTube thing going here, maybe I'll get down to Georgia and put in a hard day's work with you and get some footage of it, man. Make YouTube
Man,
films.
absolutely. I tell you what, man, I'm not sure about any of you guys, but I have this goal to. I would love. I've talked to Will Mattingly and several other people, man, that I look up to, and I would love. For some reason, this may sound crazy, but I want to go to every state in the United States, whether it's a day or two, and just travel and work with somebody in every state.
Love it.
And man, Michael Simcoe, man, huge shout out to him and all you other guys that y'all are producing some phenomenal looking stamp work, and
For sure.
that's where I want to be. That's what I want to do, man. I want to be known as being one of the elite around here, and I feel like I'll go work for free for someone around in my surrounding counties to be able to pick up on something, just one little thing, and to me that's worth more than money,
For
you
sure.
know um
Always learning.
so hey, hopefully one day we can make that happen. Maybe I can come up and work for you someday, man.
For sure, man. For sure. I'll have you on again. We'll talk like I said earlier with Matt, we'll talk some tools a little more and a little more into processes. But it's nice to finally get to meet you and talk to you, man.
Yeah, you too, brother.
Right on, Ben. Good to talk to you, man.
See you, man.
Peace. All right, guys, tune
Later.
in next week, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, CESYK. Woo-hoo.